ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Parikshit Java, General Manager, Most and More Diagnostic Labs and Diagnostic Clinics, the chain per se. I hope all of you were able to reach the venue comfortably and you did not have trouble reaching here. Ma'am gives me a sarcastic smile. Looks like she really had a difficulty reaching here. If you had, apologies. Anyways, I hope all of you were able to reach here comfortably. Yes? Okay. At the outset, I would like to thank, by the time they get over with the technical glitches, I thought I'll steal 5 minutes and have a conversation, try to make a conversation here. At the outset, I'd like to thank Dr. Bimit, who agreed to come and speak today, this evening, and address us and give us this enlightenment full evening so that, we are able to enable and enhance our knowledge. That is one. Second, before we proceed, just one quick thought I would like to put to people who have actually came to my place for the first time. Any thoughts that why did we keep the name of this organization as Must and More? Any thoughts? People who have already answered it, please, I would request to hold their horses for a moment. Any thoughts?
Maybe it's next to the more showroom.
Oh, girls will be girls. Shopping is on the top of the mind all the time. Well, ma'am says maybe it's next to the More showroom. That is why it is Must and More. No, that's not the reason. Sorry, apologies for that. But any other thoughts why we kept it as Must and More? Sir? Sir wants to think about it. Anybody else who would like to give a food for thought? Yes, investigations are must. Yes. And more, she told that the store is just next door. So more is that is why. Well, well guessed.
These investigations are must for good health and more to be for longevity of the life.
More for longevity of life. So they are must for good health, but more for longevity of life. Yes, that is partially correct. I would give you 5 on 10. Anybody else would like to share his thought? Anybody, sir? Quick. Well, then in that case, I'll give you the thought behind why we kept it as Must and More. Well, all medical service or healthcare providers have the moral responsibility to give us a good report so that we can make a diagnosis out of it, which is a must. And we as Must and More are in the process of giving more. So we give more, we do more, we do a lot of more, so we get more from the hands of God. That is the concept on which we kept it as Must and More. So, like we all say, health is a must, but happiness is more. Good food is a must, but then healthy food is more. Smiling is a must, but laughing is more. So that's the concept behind keeping the name as Must and More. Just to introduce you, Must and More is a chain of super specialty diagnostic centers which is promoted by a radiology giant, Satyakiran Healthcare, which has been in the business for the last 25 years, having more than 25 centers in 5 states, giving radiology and pathology services to the patients successfully. Then the second major promoter is Bachpan Play Schools, which is headed by Mr. Ajay Gupta, which is also a part of this venture, who is a principal promoter of this venture. And we started in 2013 June, and today we are already 3 centers. This is where you're sitting is our flagship center. We have a center in Nangloi, and we are operating radiology services for MGS Hospital, Punjabi Bagh. We have taken up Bhagwan Mahavir Hospital, which is next to Saroj Hospital. We are doing radiology services for them. And with God's grace, we have bought in and started the new center in Karol Bagh, which we are going to inaugurate in June 2015. The land has been bought and we are building it now. So the group has a vision to develop close to 60 such centers in the next 3 to 5 years to come. so that we are able to deliver quality diagnostic services to each and every patient who needs it, and the doctor who is actually looking for a quality report, who is actually looking for a diagnosis in the whole process, and seldom gets one, I would say that. So, having said that, another thing is, despite you all have reached this place, despite the fact that I have the best of location, I have, a center which is next to more departmental store, as suggested by ma'am, which is next to the metro station, a huge space. We are looking at 40,000 square feet of area. We've covered the complete floor plate where you are sitting for a diagnostic center, which I am definitely going to take you through once I am done with the session in the facility tour. I have the best of people working for me, best of machines that I have, but ladies and gentlemen, that is not the USP that I bank upon. My only unique preposition is delight, customer delight, doctor delight in terms of the reports that the doctor gets, patient delight in terms of the warmth that the patient gets, and the delight of every individual, be it my vendor or anybody who comes through. So that is what I would be known for as we go forward, and as we go ahead we will have more and more interactions of academic nature with us. I hope by now all of us, you understand that we are holding academic sessions on a very regular basis, and we are very serious about these academic sessions. We need that something should be, bought in with these academic and scientific sessions. Just should not be just an academic session to have a hunky-dory party to go ahead with. So, with these thoughts, having said this and not taking much time, I would once again like to thank Dr. Bimit for sparing time and being with us. Before we proceed, I would request our director, Mr. Anil Garg, to felicitate Dr. Bimit and welcome him for the whole evening. Sir, please. Dr. Bimit, thank you so much for coming. We would also like to felicitate with you a small token of regard from the end of Must and More. Thank you so much, sir. And one small souvenir for you, sir. Thank you so much. Having said that, Dr. Bimit does not need an introduction. Dr. Bimit is the head of the department for cardiology in Jaipur Golden Hospital for the last 12 years now. He has served Gangaram Hospital before this, has studied in Amritsar in his graduation and done his post-graduation from PGI Chandigarh, a seasoned cardiologist and a very dignified figure amongst us. Sir, once again, without taking much time, I would request that let us start with the clinical session. Thank you so much, sir. Please.
In the next couple of minutes, I'll be taking you through the sweet journey of diabetes mellitus with sweet and sour results. Can you switch off the light, please? Switch off the lights, please. Clinical aspects of managing the cardiovascular risk in diabetes. सारी ऑफ कर दीजिए, सारी प्लीज है पीछे भी, और ये भी, और ये बंद कर दीजिए. Right. American Heart Association scientific statement, diabetes and cardiovascular disease, a statement from the healthcare professional from American Heart Association. In the United States, the prevalence of diabetes is increasing, and thus the diabetes must take its place alongside the other major risk factors, as an important cause of cardiovascular disease. In fact, from the point of view of cardiovascular medicine, it may be appropriate to say diabetes is a cardiovascular disease. So that is the reason why a cardiologist is talking about diabetes today, because it's an integral part of the cardiovascular management. Shashra, the famous Indian surgeon 600 years before Christian era, described the symptoms of diabetes mellitus. And it was Arrhetius in 1st century AD, a Greek physician, who described diabetes as melting down of flesh and limbs into the urine. So that is why he named it as diabetes. That means it is siphoning out energy from the body in the urine. And it was diagnosed in the early parts by the water tasters, those who would taste the urine and then diagnose diabetes because it was sweet in nature. So this is how it started, and there has been a urine therapy also which is going on, and our last one of the earliest prime ministers, Morarji Desai, he was also a famous consumer of the self-urotherapy. Now, Apollinaire in 1870, during the Franco-Prussian War, he found that his patients, they improved because of the food rationing. When the food was unavailable during the wartime, so there was a rationing, and then he evolved many diets, and diet is an integral part of diabetes till date also. And there are a lot of food fads which have come, like oat care, potato care, and many of the times the patient were put behind lock and key just to make the symptoms decrease. So this is how the things go and still hold today also a little different way. University of Ontario from Canada, which has given us the gift of insulin to the rest of the world. Here, Banting and Best, they isolated insulin from the pancreas of a dog, and it was MacLeod who offered them his lab. So he offered them his physiology lab, and Banting and Best used it to isolate the insulin in 1923. In 1950, Framingham Heart Study led by Dr. Dower revealed the correlation between the high blood cholesterol levels and coronary artery disease, and it is a landmark study, and it's a place close to the Boston. And Dr. Dower died in November 2005. William Kennel, one of his colleagues, he found that the mortality due to the heart disease in men and women was more once they were found to be diabetics. So if it is a man who was diabetic, then his mortality was nearly twofold as compared to the person who was not having diabetes. The same held true for the diabetic ladies, and in fact it was even more that the ladies were more prone to have diabetic related problem. So all heart disease related problem and ischemic heart disease was 2 to 3 times more in fact in the presence of diabetes. And now we know diabetes affects the vascular system, produces a lot of atherosclerosis, diffuse disease at much younger age, and produces devastating results, and for which we keep trying to improve day by day. Now, integral part of diabetes is hyperglycemia, and this entire vascular system is subjected to this hyperglycemia. Now, because of this, the endothelium is subjected to high levels of blood glucose, and because of which the glycation end products, either through the polyol pathway or PKC pathway or the free radicals, they increase the chances of atherosclerosis. So this is a direct physical as well as a chemical action of diabetes, of the hyperglycemia, which produces increased risk of atherosclerosis by damaging the endothelium, to which it is really subjected day in and day out. And to meet the need, because diabetes, the glucose doesn't enter the cells, the intestines help us here by absorbing fats, and then it is thrown in the circulation in the form of chylomicrons. So liver takes up these chylomicrons and releases very low density lipoprotein, which are containing triglyceride. Now these triglycerides, they occur, they give a source of energy to the cells, because the diabetes, there is the problem with the sugar transfer. Now these LDL, VLDL particles, they release triglyceride with the help of lipoprotein, and ultimately the low density lipoprotein is formed. So LDL is not a synthetic compound, it is formed by the metabolism of VLDL, and here the circulation occurs more frequently, so that ultimately the LDL particles, they become smaller in size. So compared to the other population which is non-diabetic, the diabetic population will have a recirculation of these LDL, because of which the size becomes small and small because of the uptake of the triglyceride. Another thing which happens is that because of this process, there is decreased production of HDL. So three things happen. One, the VLDL, that is triglycerides are more. Secondly, the LDL becomes small in size. Third is the HDL, and this is called diabetic dyslipidemia. So atherogenic dyslipidemia in diabetes is elevated triglyceride, small LDL particles and low HDL. And the smaller size of the LDL particles, they make an entry into the subintimal layer of the blood vessel. Now the smaller size makes an easy entry between the cells, and here it gets oxidized and it's taken up by the macrophages till they become foam cells and they rupture, and this rupture of the foam cell initiates an inflammatory reaction, because of which the smooth muscle cells from the tunica intima, they start migrating to tunica, from the tunica media, they start migrating to tunica intima, and there they change their character. They no longer remain the contractile tissue, smooth muscle cell, but they become secretory in nature. They secrete the collagen and elastin and form a cap over the atheromatous plaques. So thicker the cap, less are the complications, and if the LDL particles are more in number, more chances of atheromatous plaques, or if something is really pushing these particles, say if the blood pressure is more, it is pushing these particles more in the subintimal layer, more chances of atherosclerosis. So in diabetes, LDL particles which are small in size and they are being pushed in case because of hypertension, so it becomes a very deadly combination, that diabetes and hypertension is the deadliest combination which we see and causes catastrophic results. Now misfortune never comes alone. 50% of the patients with diabetes, they have concomitant hypertension and dyslipidemia. Only 10% of the patients of diabetes are diabetic alone. 16% have dyslipidemia, another 18% have hypertension, but both the things occurring together